Hi, Logan Bailey here.
That's me. 6 years ago, and in fact it's the oldest video of me trying to make a video that I know of. Now this is the crazy story of Laughing Clown Productions and how it all happened.
First YouTube video.
Okay, how does one start a video like this? I'm just gonna do it. Hey guys, yeah, look, it's me, it's on camera, it's a vlog. We don't get many vlogs nowadays, I know. I just want to talk about my development a little bit. I mean, this video is probably gonna be a lot of me kissing my own ass, let's be real here. But the thing is, it's just, we all grow and change, you know. Maybe you kind of liked something when you were younger. Maybe you really had a serious passion and dedication. Maybe you were interested in a few things and you kind of dropped them. But maybe you kept on trying, kept on doing it, and maybe you got better and better, but you've still got a long way to go. Everyone's like this. So you know, it's all kinds of arts, whether you're a painter, or you're a photographer, or you're a musician, you know, you like making video games online. Well, no matter what you do, if you're anything creative, it's always an uphill battle, you know, but you enjoy doing it. That's the important thing. It's that you enjoy doing it, you have fun, you feel like you're expressing yourself in some way, and you feel like other people are enjoying it too, so it's everybody wins, you know. I had known for the longest time, since I was probably about 10 years old, that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry, because that's just kind of my character. I mean, who dresses like this for fun, you know? Of course I wanted to be an actor. A lot of you knew this, but I couldn't do scripts, and I want to say it was around 2012 to 2014-15 is when I really knew I wanted to be a filmmaker. I mean, if you want to go really far back to where it really began, I guess it starts around 2009 to 2012-ish, because back then I actually remember really wanting to make videos and tell stories in a visual medium, but because I didn't have a camera, because I didn't have an editing software, because I didn't have actors, I had to use what I did. And back then I used to make like claymation animation, or Lego animation, like brickmation, or even like in the later years like pivot animation, which is really primitive, you know, stick figure stop motion. And I found it way too tedious to get across what I wanted, but I was still so impressed seeing the finished result and what I'd do. And it's so sad that these are now lost to the sands of time, but these first animations when I was about 10 years old is really what gave me the thrill of storytelling that has persisted to this very day. So I think animation is where I got my key start, around the same time I was in the theatre. I always had that kind of creative side to me, acting aside, because acting's all about, you know, being on camera, kind of narcissistically, having a big personality, which I've certainly got. I've been making videos as early as like 2012.
Hi, Logan Bailey here. Hey. First YouTube video.
Some of you have seen those, others of you have not. Most of you will never see it, and I try and bury this stuff. I don't want to get rid of it entirely because it's kind of important to me, but I'm never ever gonna tell you guys where this kind of stuff is. But I remember in 2012 I did that horrendous Wreck-It Ralph review.
Hello, it's Logan at the movies here, yes. I just came back from watching Wreck-It Ralph.
May we never forget. I was kind of uncomfortable on camera, but I wanted to make videos. I really wanted to make videos. And then we moved on to about 2013, where I was actually going to make a sketch show. Now this was back when my parents were still kind of disencouraging me doing the filmmaking thing, but I had ideas. I wrote up scripts, I spoke to people, I had a camera, I didn't have a tripod or any editing software, so that's why that stuff never happened, thankfully. But there are videos out there of me discussing plans at the age of like 13, 14 for this series I was gonna do. I look back to that time in hindsight and I try to retroactively explain it to myself, and I think back then I was just trying to get over some issues I had with the Asperger's. Maybe I felt like I didn't fit in, maybe I felt like I wasn't being understood, and I think I gravitated to storytelling as a way of explaining myself and just kind of expressing the ideas and images and thoughts that came out in my head, and getting them across to other people in a way, because my social communication probably wasn't the strongest. I thought maybe if I could make a visual, maybe that could be more telling as to who I am to maybe other people. And I think that's why it really spoke to me back then. Probably why it still speaks to me now, honestly. That's egotistical but derogatory at the same time. I guess I thought I was being kind of hip, I don't know. But those videos exist of me with my voice not broken yet, still really squeaky, kind of discussing this comedy sketch idea. So it goes back that far, you know, it goes back to my early secondary school days. And then of course around 2014, 2015 is when I really decided this is what I wanted to do with my life. In 2014 I wrote 2 scripts, one called Infection Correction 2012 and the other called Who Goes There. I still have both of these scripts. I did a vlog a couple of months back of me reading both these scripts for the first time in years, and you'll see that at some point. Logan's mum off screen. Logan, Peppa Pig is on. Logan looks to his side and then turns to the camera and sighs. So I guess that would have been like. But these weren't good scripts, but I was doing like costume tests, and I even shot a scene in our school. I cast the whole thing, and we made dates and plans, and it didn't go forward for whatever reason. I mean, we were 15 and we were all busy, and it was getting the schedules to link up, but I was really dedicated to doing it. Some of you might remember that and just wondering why it never went anywhere, but none of you really cared anyway, because I wasn't as outgoing with it as I am now. Yeah, so that's around the pretentious period came about, when I was saying I was like watching as many movies as I could, and I was like, yes, this is what I want to do, I am a filmmaker, da 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 da, and I had all these like pretentious quotes, and I walked around with a tripod on my back. It was a mess. And then after this I went to Amory and I made Brutality. A lot of you have seen Brutality, and I can't watch Brutality anymore, unironically. If I watch it to have a laugh, but I keep that one presentable. You guys know what it is, you guys can find that, you guys can watch it, you guys can laugh. But that was really, really important for me, Brutality. That was my first big movie I ever made. I think that was around 2013-ish. It's not good, but it's important because now you can take Brutality and you can compare it to what I do now, and you can really kind of see the development there. You can see the passion in Brutality, but not the technical skill, which I hope you can see in my latest works. But that was still in school, you see, and then we went to college, and in college you can study everything, you can study whatever you want. So in college I took media, which is the closest thing to film that existed. And back then I made, you know, documentaries, I made TV adverts, I made music videos and short films, and I did, you know, multi-camera TV setups and art installations. We did a whole lot. It was like a new video every month, and I loved it. And this was when I started the channel, and that phase 1 period, it was explosive content. In hindsight, it was very rushed, but it was just me going, oh, I have editing software, I have a camera, I have the means to do this, so I'm just gonna do it. And that first year, 2015 to 2016, that was all for me, and it was just a roar of output, you know. That was never for you, that was always for me. I didn't care who was watching, I just did what I wanted to do and put it out there publicly. And that was great. I really felt my own momentum building. And then move on to the second year of college, of course, phase 2 of Laughing Clown Productions, where I was trying to do more ambitious stuff. I did stuff like Demon in the Bottle, I did stuff like Masks, I did stuff like, you know, the late stage. I did like Hotel Logan and all these kind of late stage stuff. And that was important to me. This is the same time I did Lifetime of Art, and that was around the channel's probably 1 to 2 year anniversary, and that's when I was cemented. You guys saw it, you guys knew it, I had a Facebook page, I had all this stuff, and that's when Laughing Clown Productions came to Laughing Clown Productions it is now. And that was great, because when I finished up college, I just felt such a degree of passion for what I wanted to do. It's funny, because this is when I switched from directing to producing in terms of the majority of my work. College, well, I guess was the culmination of my enthusiasm and direction before making videos became kind of status quo, because this was also 2016 is also when I started doing my movie reviews. If we discount 2012's review, because we don't talk about it. Although, actually, it's funny we bring this up actually. I was doing movie reviews in 2013 as well, because I remember I did one for Man of Steel and Jack the Giant Killer, Jack the Giant Slayer. And that one actually had guests on, and that was back when I was still in school, but they never went out for I can't remember what the reason is. And I've looked high and low for that footage, and that footage is lost to the sands of time. But of course, I was doing movie reviews in 2012 or 2013. Only one has survived. I think I did about 6 within those 2 years. No, because I looked back at the footage and I realised my film criticism wasn't good, because my film academia wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be to really give my opinion weight. You know, I didn't know how to kind of talk about what in what order and collect my thoughts together. Well, in 2015 I saw a lot of movies. I was like going to the movies like every single weekend at the end of school and the start of college. So I was just like, well, I should probably put this education to use, you know, and I was feeling more confident, because in college me and my colleagues we would talk about movies as you would. And I was like, okay, well now I kind of know how to formulate my opinion. And I was thinking about it, but I was still kind of unsure. The channel was still in its very early infancy at this point. You know, it had probably like 30 videos up, if that. And I was like, I don't want to do movie reviews, I don't know. And then I saw The Nice Guys with my friend Liam, and then I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows by myself, and I was like, yeah, I want to talk about movies. So since about June, July 2016, I started doing movie reviews, which I've kept up to very almost weekly to this day. You know, of course, sometimes the films are like weeks out of date, but I still do movie reviews to this day, and it's probably the most consistent content on the channel. You know, with short films, they go up whenever they're made. Commentaries, they go up whenever they're done. You know, behind the scenes videos, whenever they're edited, and vlogs, whenever I have the time, you know. But the movie reviews seem to be pretty consistently weekly, and they get pretty good views. I mean, you know, I've had people come up to me and say, I saw your review of this, I saw your review of this. And I don't really script my reviews, as you can probably tell. The whole gimmick of this series is it's Logan's first thoughts. It's like my first thoughts when I come out of the movies. So I just come home, I set up my camera, and I just ramble, less than an hour after I've actually seen the film itself. And then I just cut it together. And that's taken its interesting turn, because originally it was just a still image of the poster. Then it was kind of images, like non-copyrighted. Moved on to trailers with Spider-Man Homecoming, and then with the Lego Ninjago movie I moved on to The Border, which I really like. And now with Peter Rabbit early 2018, I've moved on to now having a opening title card and changing The Border to suit the film. And sometimes these reviews are hyper edited, sometimes they're not. Now I'm doing more Netflix reviews because I don't have the money to go to the cinema every single week. But I'm really proud of the development for that. If you look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2016 review, and you look at something like my Avengers Infinity War review, I'm really proud of how that development's gone about. You know, it's clearly gone from A to B, so that's something. You know, if I compare Brutality to Uniwork or Mutant Ninja Turtles to Infinity War, I can feel, maybe you guys can't, maybe you can, I can feel the progression I've done in 3 years, and it makes me really proud of myself. Now I'm still going to be humble about it, of course. It still is quite cheap equipment. I only have what I need, you know, like a tripod, just got a mic, and it's still a handicap, it's not a DSLR, so, you know, and I still edit on iMovie. I'm supposed to be editing on Premiere or Avid or like at least Final Cut, but I make do with the limited amount of softwares, and I think that's kind of how I work best. You know, I kind of want it to have that kind of homemade feel, because I really want to pledge, if you have an idea and if you feel creative and if you feel a burning passion to tell a story or to get out a statement or to express yourself, you don't need Hollywood equipment to do that, especially not in the age of the internet. You can just set up a camera. Hell, the cameras on your iPhones are good enough quality nowadays. You can just do it and put it out there and express yourself and feel good about it. And I kind of like having that homemade feel, even though, like, you know, I'm coming up on like 19, 20 years old, it needs to start looking kind of professional, but I'm really endeared to this kind of style, which some describe as rough, some describe as rushed, some describe as kind of, you know, not kind of awkward, and I get it, but it's, again, I do it for me. You know, if you guys watch it and you guys enjoy it, that's great. That means the absolute world to me, but I do this for me at the end of the day. Yeah, I finished college, I've come to university to produce work, and I've met all these great people, and I have 4 more years of this, and it's great, and I love it, and I love what I'm doing, and we're making really good looking stuff. And I feel so right here, you know, at a creative arts university. It's crazy to think I'm in university now, I'm just turning 20. You know, 13-year-old me would just sit in his bedroom, all these ideas for these movies, and now I just confidently do it, and it feels great. And I think starting the channel had a lot to do with that. Nobody, you know, in the early days, people used to make fun of me for doing it, and now it's just kind of accepted that that's what I do. You know, I have some dedicated viewers that watch every video I make. I have some people that dropped off because they got busy or they just, you know, had enough. But there's also new people that come in. You know, I go to my university student union, and I'll have like 3 or 4 people come up to me and go, "Hey, I watch your videos." And sometimes I know these people, but other times they're like complete like strangers to me, and it means the world to me that you guys care enough to like care enough about me or the things I make to watch it. But it's just, I feel so good about my work, and the fact that we're on 3 years now, it's crazy, because you think this is the kind of thing you do for maybe 6 months and you give up on it, but no, 3 years and counting with this kind of brand. And I really do feel really serious about taking this brand further. Laughing Clown Productions has stuck. That is me. It's how I brand myself. If you see Laughing Clown Productions or Laughing Clowns Presents, that's something Logan did, and you know, we have mishaps. Some things don't go to plan, some things get cancelled or scrapped. A lot of things go into development hell purely for time or production reasons, but we do what we do because we just love doing it. And I've wanted to do this almost my whole life, since I was a little child, you know, since I was 13, and now I'm nearly 20, and it's just, I'm so excited to see where I go. But it means the world to me that you guys are watching. So that's just kind of all I wanted to say, you know. Laughing Clown Productions is now 3 years old, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the absolute world for me. Who believed we'd get here? You know, and we've got such a long way to go. So I'm hyped, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Oh.